Hi, I'm Tom.
I'm Matty.
And I'm Lewis.
This is the Wigan Way, Wigan's favourite rugby league podcast.
He'll put you in his trap 'cause he's a union man. He's got it all figured out. He won't care what you think 'cause he's a northern man. He's allowed to speak his mind. His
The Wigan Way podcast is brought to you by Cherry and White Pins, a local Wigan Warriors themed pin badge company with a variety of Wigan ranges. You can get free shipping on all orders when you use the code The Wigan Way, that's The Wigan Way, all in capitals, at checkout. Thanks to them for supporting the show.
So we're back with another episode of the Wigan Way. Round 26 has just gone. One more round to go of the regular season before playoffs hit. We're going to dive into this game, but before we do, Matty, Lewis, how are you doing, lads?
Oh, I'm alright, yeah. A lot of work since we last spoke. A lot of watching it rain. That kind of ended didn't end the cricket season, but it probably will do this weekend, just watching it rain, which is disappointing, but what can you do? Great to have a win at home. We're going to miss these when it's the off-season, so really grateful to have watched us just demolish Castleford.
Yeah. How you doing, Lewis?
Yeah, all good, mate, all good. Like Matty said, weather's took a turn. We're in grand final weather. Territory, October weather. You can always tell it's grand final time when it takes the turn goes dark early at night and temperature drops a bit, rain comes in. But yeah, good to get the win at the weekend. Like I said, we've got one more home game now to go the regular season. Mm-hmm. So we'll see how that goes this weekend. But yeah, nice win, comfortable win, and we're building, aren't we?
Yeah.
Get into the business end.
Yeah, well, we are probably, I mean, you describe us as the form team of the competition now, which seems weird, given that 2 months ago we would...
Never going to win a game.
No,
again.
There's a stat going round at the minute, isn't there? How many, in the last, since we battered Wakefield, how many points we've scored and conceded. I'm sure it's like 4 games we've scored over 100 odd points and conceded like 16 or something.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like
so we'd see 5 tries in 4 games maybe, or might even be the other way around, 4 and 5. More importantly, we've gone top of the egg rankings.
Oh,
The egg power rankings, we are now top of those.
Is that still a thing?
It is still a thing, yeah. Do you remember when we did all those egg puns?
yeah, Lewis, just to check that though, since Wakefield, the 44-2 at home, we have played 4 games, including that, scored nearly 170 points, I think it is, and conceded 3 tries.
And then the game before that, we only conceded 1 try.
1 try to hold KR.
Yeah.
So really, really good. Defence is kicking in. I'm not going to lie. I was in work the other day and it started hailstoning just for about a minute, and I started thinking about Old Trafford last year.
Which one was the hailstone? Was it Hull KR or Castle?
It was Hull KR.
Was it? Oh yeah, it was Hull.
Really loud and started rattling.
We
it
had
was just like
we had bad rain against Catalan for a bit, but most of the game it was okay.
yeah.
But it feels like grand finals. Always bad weather. You know, you said it before, Lou. Just
Brilliant for
final
rugby,
weather.
though, isn't it? Right, obviously, this game, Friday, we win 62 points to 6. We're not going to dive into every try. We're going to talk about some key moments, but I will list off the try scorers. Havard, Eckersley and Hill all getting a try apiece. And then doubles for Field, Miskey, Farrimond and Marshall.
Philly Boots, lads.
Yeah.
Philly Boots get some points on the board.
Yeah, mad to say that he scores 60 points and Bevan doesn't score.
No. No.
Really strange one. A couple of players got a rest this week. Probably fair to start there. Kieran getting a rest. Eckersley back to centre alongside Miskey. Probably needed it. It's looked like he's had a lot of bandaging on his knee the last few weeks.
Yeah, he's not been kicking goals for a few weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if there's even a 1% doubt, then he obviously doesn't need to play in this game.
No.
So you might as well rest him. You've got Zach Eckersley, who actually for once you don't need on the wing, your fullback. So why not rest him?
definitely.
I like it. I thought Smith was good getting a rest.
Yeah.
Obviously, Farriman come in and took his chance well, scored 2, put some nice players on. But I like Smith getting a rest.
I don't think Smith has missed a game this year.
No.
Up until this. Which is not many forwards. Same with Liam Farrell. I don't think he's missed a game.
Yeah, Farrell got a rest into December and Walters played.
You even think of Junior. Junior had a week off with the HIA.
Yeah.
And
Havard and
most of the forwards have had a week off.
Mago
At
had
some
weeks
point.
off. Yeah.
Burn wasn't in the.
I suppose the one who didn't have a week off was Ellis, and he only did 25 minutes. Yeah. So he had most of a week off.
But he did the same the week before as well. He only played 35.
For Saints?
Sorry, the week before Saints.
At Wakefield.
Against Wakefield.
Catalan.
Didn't play particularly long though, so he's got his minutes in. Brad O'Neill only did 30 minutes. He's been doing long minutes in the last few weeks.
Lehman started, didn't he?
And got a longer spell. They probably swapped roles really, where Cruz played 55 minutes and Brad played 25.
Yeah.
Another one to mention is Jake Wardle went off in the second half.
Yeah.
Seemed to limp off, but obviously he came round and walked around. He's been named in the squad.
Yeah, he seemed like he was limping a little bit. But Pete said, we come through the game all healthily and no injury concerns. So, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, job done, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you to win that game with a depleted squad, resting a couple, but to actually get through it, putting over 60 points on and only conceding 1 try. Everyone gets a rest, everyone gets through. I think it's perfect, isn't it?
The thing is,
That's much better.
Cass, we're just gone.
The grand final was last week when they beat Wakefield.
Yeah, exactly.
Wasn't it?
They just weren't up for this.
That was the big game.
They just weren't ready to play. They weren't.
Except Mustafa.
Well, Mustafa,
An excellent try. That was
genuinely, that is the first 50 seconds of his highlight reel sorted.
Yeah.
Mustafa scored the best try he will ever score.
Maybe he's been a 9 all along.
He did that. We just looked at each other and just went like,
When did they sign Daryl
did
Clark
that
again?
happen? What has that just happened? Like,
To beat 2 and then round J Field.
I know.
And he's that build. He's the shorter 9 that.
Oh, you think he's not
maybe
a nine?
Maybe he's a 9. I'm telling you, maybe it's there.
Do you think he's been...
Chris Chester's rubbing his hands together, thinking, here we go.
Here we go, we've got a 9 for next year there, Mustafa. Yeah, good try that though.
Really good. Really good. And I just love how he gets up and celebrates.
Yeah, why not? If you've scored that try and you're a prop,
They're getting pumped on the scoreline.
who cares? Look at his mates get around him. If you've scored that try and you're a prop forward, you're celebrating.
Yeah, definitely. Right. As we said, we're not going to go through all the tries, but there's a couple of spells that we want to talk about. And the first one is Field's first try. Miski intercepts. Maybe the first winger to... How do we describe it?
Intercept and look for support.
Yeah. not want to hit the corner. Not think this is mine. But J Field... We can talk about how quick he is and all that, right? He's fast, we get it. But his timing of this run, to hit the gap, to slow down so Miski can get the ball to him, it's just like, make up 25 yards, hit it at the right time. Just brilliant rugby brains and...
quick in between the ears.
Yeah.
Reads the situation, 20 metres back. Sees Miski get hold of it and then straight away gets on his bike because he knows something could happen. He's just sniffing, and this is what we always talk about, his engine and his brains and the fact he's just always there and he's always in the picture. And he deserves his try for that. If you're there and you're in the picture, then you deserve the points.
He's come from a place there where it looks like it's, there's a sign of Uncle Joe's meatballs behind him. He might as well have run from like Santa Stoffi by Deanery. That looks like that's how far away he is on that video.
Yeah.
And for him to time it just so perfectly. And it's not that he's there the right time this time. Sorry, the right place this time. It's that he's in the right place every time. We've said that before.
Yeah, and he's the right place when there's no chance of him getting the ball.
And he's just as fast as Ricky Bobby.
Lightning. But we do score, while we're on about it, we do score another try like this. At the end of the first half, Bevan steps inside, but him and Farriman both just see Bevan running up middles. I think they need to be there.
Yeah.
French gets through an offload to Field, and Field finds Farriman.
There was one were we didn't score off this, but we put a chip over the top. Did we put a chip over the top for Bevan and he tried to flick pass it to Field?
Or all the way around.
Or the other way around?
Bevan chip for Field.
One of the forwards, I think it might have been Brad O'Neill, was on the inside ball basically waiting to score. But we were so far ahead, we just had to choose the sexiest option, which was the Benji flick.
The flick pass.
The Benji flick. It was like...
While he's facing the wrong way.
You know what Vegas, where it was like...
Champagne rugby.
Stop trying to score and just try and score the best try of the game.
Yeah.
Like that's what this felt like then. Just whatever the options are, just choose the sexiest and see if it comes off.
Yeah. Well,
Like Mago getting the bumpers up and flicking it out the back to Farriman.
Yeah.
Entertain.
It was entertaining, wasn't it? It was that, definitely.
And Farriman, he was entertaining, wasn't he?
He was.
He's an entertaining player. The kick where he kicked it for himself and everyone thought he dropped it, but actually it was just
a little deft touch.
Deft kick into the
Little
perfect
deft
spot.
touch just behind the line. Sees Tex Hoy's just thinks a little bit of space there, and then just a little deft touch in behind, chases it.
What did you make of his performance? Sexy Tex.
Sexy Tex.
Well,
Not very sexy.
He's not coming. He's coming for some stick, hasn't he? From the
I'm going to be honest.
Well, he stormed off at full time, went down
Yeah.
tunnel, didn't he?
That's what I was just about to say. Seeing that, I thought I must have missed him taking 25 carries and getting flattened every time, but still turning up and people not backing him. And I've watched the game back and that just isn't the case.
No, you
know, like you think, have you missed something?
It's
And
like he was just drifting through the game, wasn't he? It was like, here we go, going to go and play Wigan now, and then pick up my paycheck. That's it. That's the end of the transaction. Whereas when we've seen him in the past against Wigan, he's been lively. He's been a fighter.
I've never doubted his effort.
No,
But this
I did
game, I
this
have.
time. It's unusual. But I just thought while you mentioned him there, I thought it was worth mentioning.
That was ugly, Tex.
Yeah.
Now, you have just mentioned the Farriman kick and chase. I want to talk about that 10 minutes of rugby where we attack the left-hand side and we score 3 tries back-to-back, all on the left-hand side, but all with different shape. The first one is for Marshall, and something we've not really seen a lot, but we go the traditional route of Ellis to the second receiver, which in this case is Farriman, normally it's Smith. But he hits December on a short ball with Field wrapping round, and suddenly you've gone from
This was so
a
clever.
4-on-3 to almost a 2-on-5. Field pops up inside option, outside option. You're expecting December to try and smash through. And then suddenly it's get the ball to Wardle, and Wardle will put Marshall in.
See, this to me, Lou, is delish. Because it's just so clever. It just works because it's so clever.
It's clever, and I like what it does for future games because people are going to watch that and analyse that and say, we've got a problem now. Because we can't jump up on December.
Yeah.
Because if Field's looping round and he passes it, you're going to have a 3-on-1.
In which case,
And it's a try.
activate battering ram.
And then if you think, well, actually, we'll have to stand back just in case he passes it, but if he pins his ears back and goes for it, try stopping him when you're on your heels and you're flat-footed.
right speed there.
It's... what do you do?
That's the point I wanted to get to in a second. We then roll up Field and we end up scoring again. We throw the same shape at him. Farriman, Field is running at the inside of December. So as a defender, you don't know, is he going to hit Field? Is he going to hit December and December's going to take a carry? Is he going to play back on the outside of the field? And this time, he does something different, Farriman, and throws it straight through the centre of both of them and hits Wardle. And catches the centre in no man's land, and Jake Wardle's good enough to beat his man and put Marshall in the corner.
This one where Marshall hit his head.
Hit his head.
Grazed his head on that side of the pitch.
He knows it's a try, though.
And
He
then
gets
give a
up.
try, yeah.
He gives a try to himself. He awards it himself.
That was the only time I've seen Jake Wardle smile this game was when Marshall landed on his head.
Yeah.
Could have been dangerous, that, with the AstroTurf. He's fine, yeah. He's a finisher, isn't he, Marshall? He's ridiculous.
Liam Marshall eats them for breakfast.
He does, yeah. He does, to quote Toby King.
From about Abbas Misk.
Yeah.
My point being, throwing that shape, brilliant shape, and they almost look identical.
It does look identical.
But two alternate things have happened, and then I think it's 3 minutes later, Lehman finds Farriman, and as Farriman set up, again similar shape, then 4 on the outside, but Field sat really close to Farriman. You got December 1-on-1 with the centre. How do you defend against them 3 different shapes?
Do you know the only way you can defend against this is
Hope.
what Fulis did at Warrington, just be lucky and get an intercept.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
Because you're looking at that.
Just gamble on one of the options and maybe they'll throw it to you. But you've got 1 in 4 chance.
Because I was watching this and I thought, it's a bit easy. Felt a little bit too easy, really. But then I imagined me and Sam Wood, and you see the shape coming at you, and you know Wardle's just beat you the time before, you know, the other time they've lapped around December. And then suddenly you look up and your centre's not there, and Junior's running at you. And you can't see Jake Wardle because he's hiding behind December. What do you do?
You're right, and it's really easy to look at those out wide players in the back line. And don't get me wrong, they are doing a fantastic job and taking nothing away. But doing that also ignores what's going on before that in the middle of the field with the big guys. Because there's one of those clips, Tom, possibly even an all three at some point, where it's Lehman who's on the ball at this point, and he dummy drop off to 1, dummy drop off to 2. He's then got Dupree coming on his shoulder, who he then goes out the back. And if you pause it on the clip where he's just done the 2 dummy drop offs, and he's got Dupree on his shoulder there's 4 cast defenders in front of 2 players. So there's got to be numbers out wide. If there's 4 there marking 2, well, then surely there's space out wide somewhere else.
It just builds panic. If you're
sucking the defenders in to then make the space out wide. But it's done because it's good honest lines, taking the ball up to the line and playing on the
questions does that make your second rower and your 6 defensively have to ask your centre who you created so much space. There's 7 or 8 different options.
It's lost by that point. You're just trying to hope for the best to try and rescue it. It's lost at that point. It's lost as soon as where you go behind Dupree.
Yeah.
That's when it's lost. That's when the try is scored, really. But you're just trying to rescue it, which, you can. It's possible, but it's difficult.
It's brilliant, really, and it's brilliant play.
It's a classic.
Balding got his hands all over it.
I think that French has got his hands all over it, to be honest. Yeah. But I just think that it's a classic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Draw the defence in, then play out wide. And, people do shout, pass it out wide too early in the tackle count.
Yeah, they do.
And that's understandable. Because
I like the variety, though.
Because, you pass it out wide, you score. That is understandable why people shout that, but you've got to set it up. And
I always think, when I start hearing people shout, pass it out wide, my immediate thought is, keep going down middle.
Yeah.
Do another 5 minutes.
If you think it's about time to start passing it out wide, do 5 more minutes down the middle here. Do one more drive, do one more set-up play. But yeah, it's a classic for a reason, is what I was kind of saying. Is it still works because it's got to work.
Yeah.
And it's a simple game of numbers.
And if you defend it once, you're not going to defend it 3, 4, 5, 6 times. You keep throwing that threat at people.
That's why even teams who are amazing at defence, like, we've had times in the past where we've been so stingy, and we're on a bit of a run like that right now. If you give them weight of possession and 3 sets on the line, they're going to score.
Yeah.
Like even the best team couldn't keep them out. And, if you execute them, when you got 3 sets on the line, you can't keep them out forever.
Yeah. Now, there is one more try I want to mention, and it's Zach Eckersley. I think it's his second try. Puts a shot on Tex. He was feeling it. But what I really loved about this was, as the ball drops, he just thinks, boot it. Back yourself here.
Boot it, because I'm the fastest.
He knows how quick he is.
Next fastest is, J Field.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see them in a foot race, them two.
Well, Eckersley's got the pedigree, hasn't he? Eckersley's come from a sprinting background. He's from, 100 metres in 11 seconds, 10.5 seconds, whatever. By the way, Junior can run 100 metres in 15 seconds, which is ridiculous for a big boy.
So yeah, really happy with them tries, and to be honest, really happy with that performance.
Barryman was given a platform by the forwards, and he really played what he saw, didn't he? He played eyes up, pen in the jar, but he played not off the cuff because it was still within structure, but he just played some exciting rugby, and he just chanced his arm and he had confidence.
He backed himself, didn't he? He backed that kicking behind, the cutting the ball out to Wardle. He's backing himself.
He's like a 19, 20-year-old lad, full of confidence.
Kicking goals. That's a big thing, isn't it? At a young age, you want to do everything.
Yeah, but played like a 19, 20-year-old lad who was so excited to be out there.
Full on confidence.
And told, listen, we trust you 1,000,000%.
Yeah.
Don't change anything about what you do.
Yeah.
If you do that in the academies or the under-19s, do it today.
Yeah. I like that. They clearly trust him.
Yeah.
Is
he 20?
I don't know. He's
Young.
Young. Isn't he? Very young, very young. But clearly trusted. A great player to have for these kind of games. You know, a great player to be learning from. Someone like Smith and French. He kind of has a bit of both of them in him, but then also he has...
He's 19,
He has
He's 20 at the end of the year.
He has some bits of his game that he needs to work on, like, that those two are better at. You know what I mean? Like, he's a bit of a hybrid between the two, and he could work to get more like them both.
Yeah, I do.
If that makes sense.
I do think there'll become a point where someone has a conversation about the style of player he's going to be and the style of halfback he's going to be. It's very difficult to do both, be off the cuff and play.
I'd say now this year Jake Connor's kind of doing that. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, but has he been able to game organise in the biggest games?
Yeah, he's got Caesar, so like... And sorry, not Caesar.
Croft.
He's got Croft. So yeah, maybe.
You know what I mean? It's very tough to do both in the biggest games, and that's why you sort of see the really good teams have a clear creative and a clear...
Yeah, but I think the future's very bright for him, clearly.
But I think he could do anything he wants.
He's trusted in this system. He clearly trusts in this system. He knows he's going to get chances. But he also is behind the best player in the league and England's number 7.
Yeah. And we came on here when we first started about Harry Smith, that he was 21, 22 and played nearly like 80, 90 games for Wigan at 20.
It's too much, wasn't it?
It was too much, and we possibly
It
saw
probably wasn't quite so many.
I don't know, it wouldn't have been, obviously, but my point is he played a phenomenal amount of games he played. Under Lamb, when we were in a beaten team and we had no fullback and no 7, and he was playing in the house by himself. Was he in the house when Hastings went to fullback?
Yeah, he was, yeah.
And he played all that season.
He didn't even get Hastings with him.
No.
Like as a half-back partner.
He played how many games in the Challenge Cup run that we won in 2022?
He definitely played in the final.
So he played a lot of games, and I think we actually saw a bit of a dip off from him. You know, when that physically catches you up. And now we're seeing the best of him again.
Yeah.
We don't want to do that with Farron. We don't want to have to overplay him.
Well, we said this probably not this time last year, but
a little bit earlier,
halfway through last year, about June and December.
Did we say about Farron when Bevan went to full back and he played about 4 or 5 games and did well?
Maybe.
But remember we played Warrington at home?
Yeah, and we said he's going to have games like this. He's 18.
Yeah.
And Junior did have games like that, and we were kind of saying, we're on the Junior hype train, but let's just take it easy a minute.
Just tap the brakes.
He is very, very young.
It's the same now.
It's the same with Farman. He's going to be a big star, but let's please let it grow organically. Let's not do anything daft and force him in. And also, this is important, and I would say this to the supporters of St Helens about young Whitby as well. This is very important, and I suppose Warrington with Leon Hayes. If they have a bad game, they're going to have bad games. They're going to make mistakes. They're very young players. Even the most experienced players have bad games. You've got to ride it. You've got to live with them. You've got to give them trust.
I'm just going to throw back to last year when he had that spell. Remember, obviously, he had a poor game against Warrington at home. Everyone did, but he was attacked in defence once by the second rowers. We took him out. I think he didn't play for 3 weeks. He picked up an injury and he played against Leeds at Leeds. And he was brilliant. He had a really good game. I'm sure it was Leeds at Leeds. But he come back after an injury and... not after an injury, sorry, after that time out. And looked fresh again.
Can't have been Leeds. That's where Harry Smith got sent off. Maybe it was... Oh, I know what it was. It was while Harry was serving his ban. It was a Magic Weekend.
Yes, it was.
Saints,
Sorry, yeah.
Against Saints, we did the chip.
Leeds at Leeds was this year, wasn't it, at the start of the season?
Yeah, he played in that game. It was when Harry was suspended from that after that Leeds game.
Yeah.
The week after that Leeds game. You're right in the time of year it was.
But
he's a hell of a player, and I know you was debating before, is he more of a kind of running 6 and organising 7? I want to see Harry Smith with ball in hand, doing chip and chases, playing what's in front of him, playing off the cuff rugby.
Harry Smith or Jack Farman?
Sorry, Jack Farman. No, not Jack Farman. Sorry, Jack Farman. I want to see playing off the cuff. I want to see him putting those little death kicks in behind. I want to see him playing what's in for me. I want to see him barn and running. Yeah, Jack Faz for me.
It's an exciting partnership.
100%.
It was an exciting partnership, but in the big games, you need a 6 and a 7.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
For me, you need you can't have 2 6s.
Yeah. Now,
Can we have 2 fullbacks?
Can we press the buzzer for prop chat?
Yeah, we need a jingle for prop chat, don't we? Like, I'll think of something.
We'll think of something.
We're just gonna play prop chat.
That'd be brilliant if you could do that.
To prop chat.
That'd be brilliant.
I'm going to pay on Cameo £5 for the guy from X Factor to say that. Welcome to prop chat.
Oh, that would make my day. Prop chat. More minutes in Luke Thompson after his injury.
Yeah,
Good thing.
Yeah, good thing. Can only be a good thing.
Minutes in all of Hill, Byrne, Mago. Oh, sorry, not Byrne. Dupree.
Yep.
Walter's getting 80 at second row.
Yeah.
Yep.
We had a spell where he then went to centre
When
Wardle came off.
yeah, we did.
But what I want to say is that 30 minutes where Wardle was off and Walters had gone to second row. Imagine lining up defensively at that and you see December and Walters lined up at second row and centre. Jesus.
There was one worse. Cass had a scrum and them two were both the air defender. I can't just kick it back to us.
But we split that 30 minutes into halves and have added 15 minutes at second row. So did Luke Thompson.
Yeah, fair enough. That
again, just getting more experience of being in them positions if you really need to.
I liked, Harvey Hill again in this game.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about him in the news section where he's off to pastures and he probably deserves that contract. Just patched in the front door.
Yeah.
Just crashed through the front door.
It's no nonsense, isn't it?
No, it's no nonsense. You get me ball near the line, I'll score.
Yeah.
Just barge through.
Havard
Just crashed over.
Still so clever with his feet as well.
Yeah, his footwork's unbelievable.
Dupree looked better again.
Dupree. They all look direct. That's what I want.
Week off, hasn't he?
Yeah, that's what I want from you forwards, from my forwards, prop forwards in particular. Just be direct.
Yeah.
Nothing clever. You can add that. Just nothing clever. Just be direct. It's all you have to be. Get north. Start running north, and then you've got players who can play off the back.
I don't want them going east-west.
No, definitely not. Just get your head down, run forward, play off the back of that.
Smash into someone.
Get us a platform. That's what we did this game. Now, obviously, aside from Muzzy Mustafa, the Castleford forwards didn't have much scope to fight against.
Flies down the door, but it's a revolving door.
Yeah, that's true, actually. They weren't up to much, the Castleford forwards, apart from Muzzy. But still, you've got to beat what's in front of you.
Yeah.
You get to see what's getting put in front of you, a pretty weak Castleford pack, and you've got to beat it.
And also, it's really good practice as well as landing right, getting a quick play of the ball, then playing off the back of that.
I feel bad actually I just singled out Muzzy for praise because I thought that Singleton actually in his first stint got through so much work.
Brad Singleton played 33 minutes.
I know, but he must have made 33 carries because he always had the ball.
In his first spell, he did 33 minutes.
Yeah.
Now, I remember a low point of his Wigan career was him doing 6. So, great effort for Brad, who's done 4 years since then.
Yeah.
But, just brilliant. Really, really good all round.
Where does this leave Cass? I mean, Chris Chester basically came out at the end of the game and said, I hate these players so much. I can't stand working with them. They're all so lazy and can't be bothered. I want to get rid of half of them. But the season's nearly over. That was basically his sentiment.
Well, we asked each other, what did you say at half-time if you're Chris Chester? And the conversation was...
Only 40 minutes left.
Well, 40 minutes closer to end of game.
Yeah.
Close to the end. It'll all be over soon.
Wow. Ryan Carr, the new coach for them, has got a huge job on his hands. Like Danny Maguire on the Back 10 podcast this week. He's got some interesting things to say about the Castleford Tigers RLFC. Let me just say that.
Thing is, though, as well, did Chris Chester come out and say, no, I'm here, Castleford are going to stop shopping at Netto or something like that? How can you expect your players to play when you've said that about him? Do you know what I mean? Can you imagine?
That was before he was coach.
Yeah, I know that.
That was director.
Yeah, but then how can you become coach after that comment? All your Netto shop players are now looking to you for advice and motivational speech. He gives a motivational speech, but Come on, co-op or
It's not
higher.
necessarily backing me, is it? Like, saying, "Oh God, the club's been
Was
shopping
it?
at Netto with these players."
Muzzy, you're an M&S player.
No, but Neto's not existed for so many years as well. Like, what?
Do you reckon he has a ranking of them all as supermarkets?
Who's the
So, like,
youngest,
top-
who's the
top-
youngest player? Like Wilte or Fletcher Rooney? Like, they probably were born after Neto. Like, they're post-Neto babies, probably. PMB. They're only like. What did it become? Like? Did it become Iceland or did it become something before?
No, that might have just been the one near us.
No, I mean the one near us.
Yeah,
did it become Iceland straight away?
I think so.
No.
Wasn't that something in
It was
between?
a quick
Was it
save,
not
then it was a Netto.
It was a quick save.
It was
yeah.
a quick save, then a Netto, and then was it
Was it
like
not
Summerfield or something like that?
Food
Summersfield.
warehouse or something like that?
Foods. Oh, food warehouse. I don't know actually. Someone will know the answer to that, so write in.
Blackbridge Netto. If you know what it was after Netto,
Write it in on a postcard, a Blackbridge postcard.
do we need a PO box?
What the answer? You just leave it at where Netto used to be. You'll find it.
Oh, I forgot where we were going. Yeah, so shopping at Netto. It's not a great start, is it? And how many players can you change in one?
No, you can't.
Off season.
You can't do double figures, can you? Realistically, like one. How many did Hull change this
I think
year?
Hull
6 or
changed
7?
9. I think
Nine.
they ended up changing 9 by the end.
See, that's too many, isn't it? But
It's just
have they got the firepower to actually go and change 9? Because Hull obviously do.
What are you doing if you go into they try and sign you? Am I a Netto signing?
What's one up from Netto? Co-op.
No, co-op's quite.
Is that more up?
It's
Yeah, I'd say that's
expensive co-op
I'd
nowadays.
say that's quite bougie co-op.
What's in between then with Tesco?
I reckon you go to like an
Lidl.
Lidl.
That's
Yeah,
got to be on
Lidl.
the same level as Netto.
No.
Netto was lower than Lidl.
Yeah. Used to be a big shop, right?
Then Asda, Tesco.
Poundland is lower than
Yeah.
Poundland's lowest.
Netto.
99p land. That's where Cass originally were shopping. They actually upmarket for them, Netto.
Wow. Should we do that, the food shop rankings?
No, we're not doing a team of food shops.
I'm not doing a team. I think that wraps the game up, really. Another step forward, another step closer to the playoffs and grand final time.
Real test is against Leeds this week, innit? Two informed teams.
Well, the big thing is Leeds have got a different issue, haven't they?
Leeds have rotated.
Leeds have.
Oh, the next the squad is
They've
the...
rotated in the backs.
I'm certain they've guaranteed a home.
Yes.
They finished
They've
third or
guaranteed,
fourth.
they've guaranteed fourth.
That's what I mean. They'll get through.
They can't get third.
Can they not get third?
No, I think they're 3 behind Lee.
Right. So they're guaranteed fourth.
So the rest of
Which probably means they've got a home semi against Saints.
Yeah, will be. They should put that in now.
Yeah. That's a... What's the word?
Well, it's mouthwatering, that's what it is. Leeds against Saints in the playoffs.
Yeah. But do you ever... I can't think of a playoff time, really, where everyone knew where they were playing and go, well, we want a week off, we don't, we want to play full strength.
There was that one where Hull, KR and Lee were trying to get the home match against the other team.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And Salford last year rested everyone, didn't they? Because they thought they couldn't get third against us. So they settled for fourth. Last year or last season.
Yeah.
you remember that?
Rowley
Yeah,
basically said that
We're not going
we
to
could go full strength and lose anyway,
Yeah.
so why not have a week off? And they played... They lost to Lee, didn't they? In a close one. But they needed the week off, didn't they?
Yeah.
Right. I think that's everything.
Yeah.
We'll take a quick break and then we'll come back with the news.
So just while we were thinking then, while we were making each other laugh about the egg puns back in the day, we thought we'd maybe decide our top 3 Wigan Way moments of the year. This is like the funniest moments that we can remember that made the edit, because there's one in particular that had us rolling around that didn't make the edit a few weeks ago.
There's been 5 or 6 that we come to put
So
in.
these are the funniest moments that we can remember that made the edit. So I think you want to go first, so.
Yeah, it's right back at the start of 2025. We did a season preview, and I don't want to quote him, but Lewis told a Hull KR fan
I told the Hull KR fan to suck a fair take me ass. because he was calling us out on Twitter. I didn't agree with what he was saying. I lost my temper. And it was very unprofessional.
It was very unprofessional, but it was really funny.
I don't know what he was saying now.
I can't remember either.
On Twitter, but he was saying something and whatever, and I was.
He was leaving a YouTube comment on every one as well. I hate comments on every YouTube video, even if it wasn't to do with Lukia.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gave him a bit to.
So
You
told him where to go.
Did he ever do that?
He didn't know.
Oh, the offer's still open though. We just. I think my favourite moment's got to be the saga that was, and it is a saga because it lasted weeks because we kept losing games. The bald team versus the scrum cap team. Who would win?
Well, I've asked.
You asked AI, which probably, cut down a whole forest to answer who would win.
Because everyone wants to know.
The bald team versus the scrum cap team. Well, then we're on tenterhooks. We don't know the answer to this. Who won the match between the baldies?
Scrum caps.
The scrum caps won. Even though they had no bench.
28-16.
Yeah.
Behind 12-6 at half time. Paul Deacon was man of the match.
Oh.
Of course he was.
Yeah, probably.
There you
Probably
go.
ran the show.
Ran the show.
What was yours, Lou? What moment stands out for you?
Well, a bit similar to that when we're choosing 13 bald men, 13 men who were scrum caps, and we actually did an episode which I think got a couple of good comments from the listeners, which was the team of beers.
Oh,
we did
yeah.
a 1 to 13 of beers, and I like those things because although we do try and do a little bit of analysis, and we like to think we know a little bit about rugby league that we can share our opinions, but it is sometimes just nice to be three lads being daft, like, talking about rugby, doing something a bit silly and a bit out there, and hopefully bringing a smile on listeners' faces.
Hopefully.
So we're not always analytical all the time. We want to lighten it up as well.
I've got to say, since then, have you ever tried to looked at a new beer and gone, "Oh, this is a second run"?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
I just remember all the forwards like Boddingtons and Johnson, like the cheapest, nastiest beers you can find. Like,
They were all bitters.
yeah, cheap bitters, not even nice Cascales, like cheap bitters.
Unless you want to sponsor us, then Boddington's is a lovely
Oh, yeah,
pint.
we love Boddingtons if they want to send us.
And John Smith's brilliant.
Tastes like Carl Ablett.
It's like Craig Fitzgibbon. Well, if you've had a favourite moment, if we've made you laugh and it's not one of those moments, please do get in touch on X or Twitter or YouTube or Spotify or wherever you're listening to this. And please do tell us what made you laugh the most, because we'll do more things like that then.
Definitely. Right, Matty,
Yeah.
your section. Tell us what's caught your eye.
What have caught mine eye? They're all to do with Australians or Australia. But I think the first one is, again, London Broncos confirming Jason Demetriou as head coach, no matter what division they're in.
Great professionalism here, Lewis.
Sorry, I just dropped my phone, listeners. If you heard a big band, I was getting the news section loaded up and ended up dropping my phone on the table.
I hope no one's crashed here while they're driving listening to this.
Sorry, listeners. Sorry.
Jason Demetriou is going to be head coach of London Broncos next year. They're going to keep Broncos' name. That's interesting because they were going to say they were going to call London Hounds, which would be stupid. Why would we call London Hounds, like as in release the Hounds? I don't
We've
know.
got a partnership with Brisbane as well.
Yeah, they have now, yeah.
So it's nice to have the Broncos crossing over.
Yeah, Broncos. I wonder if they'll make them play maroon and gold. Is that two on the nose? I don't know.
Maybe they'll bring one colour in at a time. The black and maroon. And
Black
then
and maroon.
like-
That's a good colour scheme. Anyway, Lockie have been busy. Got Jason Demetriou to be head coach regardless of division. Listen, he's been a head coach before in the NRL. He was very highly thought of before that. Will he want to get back to the NRL? Probably. Yes.
All I can think of is Kevin Proctor coming over here and saying that it was humbling.
Yeah.
And there'll be a statement like that. It's
By JD.
yeah.
Yeah, but he's played so many games in Super League, like, he won't care. He played, how many years did he play at Wakefield where Kevin Proctor was humbled? He probably played 10 years. And he's got a big money signing. Who was meant to be going to St. Helens. They've missed out on both their props, by the way, because Josh Papali'i is staying at Canberra.
I was going to say, this isn't confirmed yet, is it?
This one,
Yeah.
for Josh Papali'i is, but don't think this one is for London. But the big money signing, they said they've got, like, they said they're going to get him, you know. To quote Matt Nable, it's the man with the best moustache in, well, Super League now, maybe, the NRL. Regan Campbell Gillard. RCG.
Listen, they said on that podcast, didn't they, that I think Matt Shaw asked them, like, who are you looking for, a captain, or are you doing anything like that? and he said it'll be back page Telegraph. Or we sign who we want or whatever, and we're looking at 5 or 6 that are interested.
Yeah, the Campbell Gillard news has made waves in Australia. So has the JD news, to be honest, because he's highly thought of, isn't he?
Well, I think, you're thinking, who do you need a captain, a prop, whatever, I think the first thing you want to tick the box is a man with a very impressive moustache.
He's got face decoration. It needs face decoration to be a good captain, is what you're saying.
Definitely.
And my second eye catcher, my second and third are to do with the performances of individual players in Australia. My first one is Reece Walsh, who had a rollercoaster of a game. He headbutted someone, then just
Give the middle finger.
yeah. I was trying to think of a clever way of saying that, but he gave the middle finger to some Canberra supporters
As he was walking down the tunnel.
tunnel.
Sorry, do you remember Big Red doing the same?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
I heard about that ground.
Mr. Bean, when he goes all the way to America and they tell him that's how you say hello.
Fans must be on you there or whatever.
I think they are,
on
yeah.
top here.
Yeah, I think they are. Well, anyway, he came back then off his naughty step and won the game for the Bronx. His drop goal attempt missed. Hit the crossbar. His 2-point drop goal attempt while they were 2 behind hit the crossbar. Then he had another do. Time expired. It got charged down. Time expired, and Canberra had the ball, or they tackled someone with the ball, and then everyone celebrated. And then they re-refereed it to give a penalty for the hit on.
You can't hit the leg of the kicker.
The leg of the drop goal taker. Now, I'm okay with that being a rule because it is dangerous. And if the ref had given it straight away, I would have been completely fine with it. I think the fact that the game was over, the hooter had sounded, and everyone was celebrating, that we then went back and changed the decision from 30 seconds earlier.
The problem is they've already done this once in the season.
I know.
They've already had a game.
In fact, it was involving Canberra and it went in their favour, I think.
Yes,
Because it was against the Storm, maybe, I think.
earlier on in the season, yeah, definitely. But I've got to say, what a 15 minutes by Reece Walsh.
Yeah.
Try assist.
Real.
40-20 that looked like a 30-10.
A 30-10 kick.
that he kicked
Yeah.
as if he was just putting a chip in behind. It didn't even seem like he hit it.
No, he didn't even volley it.
And then he also almost scored, which created the space for the last try. 2-point field goal attempt, hit the post. Another attempt that gets the penalty, kick the penalty. And then that extra time.
Yeah. I've never seen a game go to 90 minutes before and then go to golden point.
Yeah.
They started the game in broad daylight, bright daylight, and finished it with the floodlights on.
Yeah.
That is Canberra for you, though, isn't it?
To be fair,
Yeah.
it's not really. My last eye catcher is to do with Toby Sexton, Catalan bound for next year. Current Canterbury Bankstown Bulldog, and he was on the bench in this match.
Brought him from exile.
He brought him from exile. He's not been playing. He put him on the bench. Stephen Crichton broke his ankle, fractured his ankle.
I'm sure they were saying it was a Liz Frank.
Liz Frank. They always hear about.
Was it 16 weeks
in
for Tomo
America
when he did his?
Yeah. So Crichton done. Hobbles off, gets carried part of the way. Sexton comes on. Now it's been quite interesting because the Bulldogs were top for a long time this year, weren't they? Or top 2.
Yeah.
And then they signed Lockie Galvin, and the whole story was, Gus Gould had never spoken to Lockie Galvin, and
I've
never spoken to the fella, never spoken to we were making a joke that we never spoke to you. We never met him, never met his family or anything, and then all of a sudden he signed. But there's a lot of people now chatting about maybe Cameron Ciraldo didn't want that to happen because he was happy with Toby Sexton. They've not been as good since, dare I say. Dare I also say, Toby Sexton came on in this game, immediately scored, and outplayed Galvin for the rest of the match.
Well, this is the weird thing, isn't it? About when we talk about partnerships and whatnot. Burton at 6 is a running threat, attacking. No issue there.
But Galvin's a 6.
But Sexton is happy being the organising 7 who plays simple, and the way that Bulldogs played was really simple, but defend well, pin you in corners and wear you down.
If you get a good 6 to go with Sexton for next year, you've got Aspiro Bichet at the back. That's a good spine already. You're starting to form there. Because Sexton can be a good controlling 7.
But the point with Galvin is they signed him as a 6 and tried to shoehorn him into that 7. And he's not that. When Sexton came on the field, he took that role and
He was
Lockie
organised.
Galvin was pretty good going forward, creative.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
I think this is the way forward for me.
Do you think Burton
Burton at centre.
3 or 4, Galvin 6, Sexton 7?
Yeah, and listen, if that was your lineup
Well,
next
obviously-
year, I'd
obviously-
be really happy.
Crichton's out and he's sort of like... Obviously, Crichton is one of the best centres in the world.
Yeah.
If he's in, you're picking him, obviously. But Burton's good at centre.
I'm going to say something as well. Obviously, the Bulldogs play Penrith, and I know he's not going to be at 6 or 7. But if they want to win that, Burton has to put that bomb up. I'm going on a bit of a preview of that.
Burton will play centre.
He'll play centre, but he has to do that. I know we're not really preview the NRL games.
Yeah. Oh, and there was one last human highlight from the human highlight reel. Mark Nwangawitawasi, who I finally learned how to say his name, and it's his last game, who scored on his final game of the season because the Roosters are out with a diving finish into the corner. By his standards, that's like a 1 out of 10. By his Marky Mark ridiculous scale.
I'm going to say we should.
If he plays on the wing for Australia and Courts is on the other wing, oh dear. Oh dear. Better not let him get any field position.
I was just going to say, because we did forget this, should have mentioned in the Canberra Brisbane game, Morgan Smithies, ex-Wiganer,
Yeah.
hit with a high tackle. I think he's lost 3 teeth, is it? Because he doesn't play with a scrum guard.
Patrick Carrigan, wasn't it?
He don't play with a mouth guard.
No.
He's lost several teeth, blood everywhere. Then was a little bit annoyed that they sent him off for a HIA. He wanted to play the ball and carry on, blood pumping out his
Mad,
mouth.
isn't it, that like one pit of what are they made of? Gum shield, like I used to have one. It's like silicon, isn't it?
Rubber.
Hard rubber. Like that can protect. That can stop you from 3 teeth getting knocked out from a tackle.
Must have spread it out, hasn't it?
Yeah. That's you being physics brain there.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice one. I'm just a maths teacher. I can just count how many teeth Smithies have got left.
Right, Lewis.
Lewis, what's he
I've
gonna
looked
do?
over.
Sociology teacher. Work out why you did him with a high tackle in the first place.
Lewis, I've looked over at your little news book.
Yes.
There is plenty on there, so get into it.
Got a lot of news this week.
It's longer than my future. Right. Hull FC have been busy in the transfer market. They've done a couple of signings. Gloucester in the pack. They have got Batchelor from Saints. So that's Joe Batchelor, back rower. I believe he's signed on a 3-year deal.
That's a long deal, isn't it, for Joe Batchelor?
Well, he's 31.
I know.
So that'll take him up to 34. Similarly, they've gone with Bell from St Helens, just come back from an injury, back rower 13, isn't he? I believe that's like a 2-year deal, I think, that one.
Good player off the bench, James Bell, but again, another one he's on the wrong side. 30.
31.
Yeah.
One's 31 and one's 30. I can't remember which way around it
I
is.
think it's back to the 31, Bell 30, I think. So, yeah, it's on a boss to the pack. And then announced, I think about 2 hours ago now, Harvey Hill, obviously from us, moving over to Yorkshire with Hull FC as well. So they're trying to go big in the pack for next year.
I think Harvey obviously deserves us to talk about him for a bit. Harvey Hill has been very good for us, and I would have been very happy to keep him. But I think he has earned an increase in pay that we perhaps can't afford, and this is the drawback of having such a good academy in a salary capped sport. You cannot keep them all. As we said when Partington left and Shorrocks and Byrne last week, you can't keep them all. It's a salary cap sport. You are the victim of your own success.
Yeah, look, it's. I mean, I put this with it as well. Like we know Liam Byrne's going to Wire, as well as another piece of news.
I think we spoke about last week, didn't we?
No, it hasn't been announced. It only got announced
Oh,
on Thursday.
hasn't it?
Yeah, I
2
think
year,
so.
2-year deal with a club option for a third.
Again, he deserves starting prop money. From what he's won everything, he's played over 150 games, I think. Won absolutely everything. Been a really important member of our pack. He deserves to be on one of your top 2 paid props, and he won't be that here.
100%, and we've got people coming through, haven't we? We've seen Harvey make a couple of games now. Could he come and do the Harvey Hill role of kind of being that young prop who you call on, maybe with a couple of injuries, suspensions, when he's played a handful of games?
We've had Sam Essay out on loan
every year. Essay comes on loan. Can he do the Liam Byrne role of playing that maybe bench prop spot, starting games, maybe bench prop or something, actually get into the first team? So yeah, look, these players, expansion, moving on, development, all those words get thrown in. But like you said, Matty, I've got no problem with them go trying themselves some some more money. They've definitely earned that through the time at Wigan, and they've been
Short
fantastic.
It's a short career.
Brad Linsky talks about it himself, doesn't he? He said it's a short career. If you can go get paid somewhere big, then you can't blame them.
Not at all.
And they've been good service for Wigan. They put the full effort in when they play for us. They represented the shirt well. The town man was always really good with the fans and everything. So 100% deserved. Sticking with signing news, Saints are set to lose a couple. Sambu the winger, Johnny Vaughan, not the radio DJ doing the 47 thing on Radio X, and a young lad, Will Roberts, is set to leave.
Is it half?
Yes, he's a young half about that, Will Roberts, yeah. And Benison is leaving as well, John Benison, the winger. Obviously been out of sorts with saying, telling us really
he's been doing well at Bradford. Not said where Benison's going. Not said where any of them are.
I was going to say, I heard a rumour about a few of them.
Well, yeah, I think Bradford would
right.
love to have him back. If they were in Super League, they would love to have him back because he's been great for them.
There's a couple of rumours flying around for Sambu and
Yeah, there is, yeah. There has been for the last 6 months.
there's been a couple of rumours close to home, should we say. But
Maybe just check what people are retweeting.
eyes
Yeah.
peeled.
Maybe just check what accounts certain people have followed in the last 12 hours that might start with at the Wigan.
What?
At the Wigan.
Rhymes with the Big and Bear.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone followed us in the last 12 hours. It's not hard to go and look who it was.
Applications are underway for the 13th and 14th spot of Super League when it expands next year. As we know, we've discussed this podcast, the top 12 will be IMG ratings with an independent committee headed by certain people to choose who gets the 13th and 14th spot.
Lord Kane. Jonathan
Lord
Kane.
Kane.
Old sugar.
This goes through, you've got to apply.
That's awful.
That's it.
That's not even my joke.
Hey, bye.
Joel Kane, the West Tigers winger from back in the day, his nickname was Sugar.
Headed by Lord Sugar Cane, the 13th and 14th spot will be decided by an independent panel. Championship clubs have applied, or some championship clubs have applied. Bradford have thrown in there, London have thrown in there, Toulouse, Featherstone, Oldham, I believe. Doncaster and
Huddersfield have put the name in for it.
Some Super League clubs have. I was just about to get into this. So some have. I believe Huddersfield have. I believe Hull FC have. York have. Sorry, I've missed them off the listing.
The 9 that have applied are Bradford, Doncaster, Huddersfield, Hull, London, Oldham, Toulouse, Widnes and York.
Okay. So there's a couple of kind of things in here. We've got applications coming from them. Notably, Huddersfield, Ken Davey was on the All Out Rugby League podcast and talked about they just basically applied. They knew they kind of pretty certain they're going to get in on IMG points, but just in case, we'll put an application anyway.
Well, that's what Hull FC have said as well, isn't it?
Yeah, so Hull FC, similar
If
thing.
they tell you, yeah, you're in, but you've done really well in this, this and this, and you've not done so well in this and that, well, you go work on that.
Well, this is what's interesting. A couple of Super League teams who you would think would be maybe lower on the IMG ratings have not actually gone through with an application. Salford and Cass.
Castleford have took
That's for different reasons.
Castleford have took the opposite approach, haven't they?
Cass have said, we're in the 12.
We're confident we're in.
Don't panic, we're in the 12, don't panic.
When the way it gets announced, right?
They'll be panicking.
And for some strange reason, they skip straight to letter E. Because they'll do it alphabetically, or I'm trying to think of the alphabetical order.
No, they won't do it alphabetically. What they should do is have a like Ray Vaughan have a thing full of ping pong balls with club logos on that generates air and then shoot them out one by one. That would be dramatic. But then you get to the last one, like say Wigan's not come out yet. Everyone knows it's going to be Wigan. But if the last two, it's like Bradford and Huddersfield, you're like, who's getting in? Come on, who's getting in?
Yeah, Cass have said there is no point us wasting our time and money doing the application because we're confident we're in, even though 2 weeks before they said that they were going to apply.
Salford are just giving up, apparently. Just giving up. They nearly can't do it. So they might as well not bother.
So that's where we're up to.
From that list, Hull and Huddersfield are in.
Yeah.
For me.
Well, assuming Salford, assume Cass are in, and assume Salford aren't.
There's 3 spots to fill then, rest.
Well, one of them, so one of Bradford, Doncaster, London, Oldham, Toulouse, Widnes, York getting on IMG rating. 2 get picked from a committee.
See, that's the problem. Because I could make an argument for 4 of those teams to get in. And one of them is going to miss out then.
Do you think there's a rush out that the 11 that are currently in minus Salford aren't in next year?
No, I think the 11 stay.
So do I.
I think the 11 stay, which means there's only 3 spots to fill. Bradford, Toulouse, York and London, you could make an argument for each of them.
This is where they turn around and say, we've actually done 16.
Yeah, if they
This
just...
guy say, what on earth have you doing?
No, they put 16 and then the 16th team is somewhere so random. Like the 16th team hasn't even applied, they just make it up.
Midland Hurricanes just managed to get in.
The 16th team is RFL. They're like paying him players who've got contracts. He's playing a dark grey jersey, dark grey shorts.
The combined nations all stairs.
It's all the best free agents making a team.
So yeah, that's where we're up to with Super League expansion. Now, again, long news to get through this week. Victor Radley, Victor the Inflictor, England international, has been told by his current club, the Sydney Roosters, he can explore options. They have mentioned NRL and Super League options. Rumour mill has it that St Helens might be in for him.
Well,
Be a good, I mean,
good player.
They've got
Yeah,
money to spend now.
I'll
Knowles
take
has
it.
gone.
Knowles is going. It's a good replacement, isn't it?
He's a good replacement for Knowles.
that.
Yeah, he is a good
Kind of like for
replacement.
like swap.
You would probably guess that he might have been on marquee money anyway, so you could potentially
Knowles.
use Knowles. So you could potentially
Probably
have
should've
that
been if
marquee spot if that's the case.
Yeah.
I hope he does well, Knowles. Dolphins.
Speaking of Saints players, a former St Helens player, Conrad Hurrell.
Oh, right.
We've seen who he's signed for. He's got a new club.
No.
No one has. It is. I'm guessing with it being it's a French club, and it's not obviously Catalan or Toulouse. It's in the French. They call it like the elite.
Oh, the elite one.
Elite one or whatever.
He's
it's
going to
called.
join Harrison Hansen and Teo Farge.
Yeah, I believe.
Tony Gigot.
I would assume my French isn't up to scratch, but I would have said Lesignan. I would.
Lesignan?
Say, yeah.
The Boars.
Yeah, I would say it is Lesignan.
Lesignan Sanglier. The Boars.
Is that?
You need to get a laugh if you know that off the top of your
I
head.
do know that off the top of my head, yeah.
Yeah, Lesignan. Is that am I pronouncing that?
Yeah,
correctly?
Lesignan, yeah.
I would say with the French.
Season
the
starts
French
in
accent.
September, doesn't it?
They don't run the same season as us, yeah.
It's winter season,
No,
isn't it?
winter season.
So
Morgan Escare currently plays for the Carcassonne Canaries. I don't know if he's moved, but that's who he was playing for. Mid-final. Harrison
What's a
Hansen.
name?
I think Harrison Hansen's playing for the Pier Donkeys. That's who Teo Farge is signed for.
Interesting.
What Conrad Hurrell signed for? Lesignan. Lesignan Boars.
So just raiding the Super League talent in the French Rugby League.
Why not? I don't see why not, you know.
Huddersfield set to do one more year at the John Smith Stadium. Now I find this weird because they want to build a new stadium, but they're also in talks to purchase Halifax's stadium. The Shire, is it, or something?
The Shire.
Sorry, not Shire. The Shire's a golf course.
Criminal Sharks.
The Shire's a golf course, I think. I've got that from. Yeah, the Shire, but then that
Lord of
makes
the
it,
Rings,
why
though,
would
isn't
you buy a stadium when you want to build a new one for yourself? I don't quite get.
Why would
there
you
must
stop
be a
with one
reason
stadium
for it.
when you can have 3?
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll
Yeah, but
take
nobody
6
fills
games
it.
of seasons to the John Smiths.
How many stadium purchases would you like to make in the next 5 years, Ken Davey? Yes.
Why would you want 3
don't know.
stadiums when you can't fill one stand of the John Smiths? You just get one bloke with a cowbell.
Don't get me wrong, I think the Shire would be a decent stadium for them.
But it's not.
Also, I wouldn't mind them building their own purpose-fit stadium at 5,000 to 6,000 capacity, 7,000 capacity.
Basically what Salford have got.
What Salford have got.
I know that's a bit bigger than 5,000.
Even maybe like Wakefield.
Yeah. But if you're building it now, you build what Salford have got on you.
Yes. My point being is
Salford,
why are
yeah.
you trying to buy something and build something to not fill either of them?
In terms of actually
You know half of fans are going to the wrong stadium.
in terms of actually being fit for rugby league purposes, like Salford's are really good.
Well, that I was going to say, that's part of the reason that they said they're staying at it, because if it goes through the purchase of the share, they're not going to have time to get it up to Super League standard for the first round.
Why are they buying it then? Just play the John Smith until yours is ready.
Yeah, that's what
What's this going to take?
The only thing that makes sense is that the rent is going that high. That
The rent is high.
That it's cheaper
We know
to
the
buy
rent.
a stadium and play there for 3 years.
What, like, you know, when you buy an old beaten up car that you just pay the MOT and then use it for a year and run it to the ground?
Yeah.
That's the share for you then.
Well, that might be the only reason that makes sense here.
I suppose might be as this, I don't know, selling and get some of the money back or something.
Maybe.
Then
It's not going to lose value, is it?
paying the money
In 3
down.
years, it's not going to lose value. Well, exactly.
It's down there
the
already,
share's not
isn't
going to lose value in 3 years if you're simply playing on it. One thing I did want to mention while we're talking about lower leagues is John Keir. I wanted to wish John Keir a happy retirement, who finished his last match as a coach this week as Batley boss. He was only taking it temporary charge, you know, give it John Keir to end of season.
But you know, right, there's going to be a club at the bottom of Super League next year, and I'm going to say on this podcast, give it Keir to end of season.
No, he's done. And I want to wish him a happy retirement. I hope he enjoys his life without the stress of being a
No,
head
you know
coach.
he's going to be in garden, right, putting corns out in a puffer and a bobble hat. So you're just going to hit the lead runner.
He's going to be like just standing next to some sand dunes in January with nobody running up him.
He's going to coach his grandson's rugby league team.
Yeah, and go and enjoy that.
I tell you what, how disciplined would they be?
They'd be disciplined, yeah. They'd be disciplined, yeah. But go and enjoy that, right? Because he's been an absolute legend of head coaching. He's been around longer than most head coaches, and he's coached a lot of games. His last game was a defeat, predictably to York, which meant they won the League Leaders Shield.
Right.
So there's a bit of news story that I don't know if that was but York are the league leaders for championship because they played spoiler on John Keir's last day. Yeah, should have
Spoil the party. Well, interesting enough, the remaining news stories involve retirements and coaches. Retirement, first of all, Frawley to retire at the end of the season.
He's had some bad injuries recently.
There was a rumour he was going to go to Elite One.
Right, okay.
I think the injuries have caught him.
Yeah,
He's been out for a while, hasn't he, at Huddersfield?
I think so.
And then coaching news, Holbrook, former St Helens coach, heading to Newcastle.
I think that's a good appointment, mate.
Yeah.
Ex-Newcastle player.
Ex-Newcastle player obviously had a very weird ending with the Titans, didn't he? He got sacked. It was his contract. He had to make the top 8. And wasn't he like 9
finished
points
ninth
difference?
on points.
It was on points difference, but that wasn't even where he finished. He still had half a season to get.
Yeah,
to
he
play.
said you have to be in the 8 by this round.
Yeah, it was,
and
a
KPI.
KPI. I think it was because they didn't make the 8 the previous season. They had to be in the 8 by May the 1st or whatever, and he was out on points difference, and they sacked him.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
And then they got way worse,
Yeah.
and they sacked his replacement. Since then, haven't they? Des Hasler.
Yeah, because he only got Desi in at the end of that season, didn't he?
I can't remember when they got Desi in. It was just they basically wrote off that season when they could have just let Holbrook have a chance.
I'm going to say this. If you're Gold Coast now looking at this season, finished 16th, was it?
I can't remember. It was just tuned out on Gold Coast. Like, if their fans can't be bothered to turn up and watch it, I'm not going to be bothered to watch it when they're on telly.
There was a wooden spoon game between the Titans and
They won the wooden spoon
Knights.
game, didn't they?
But you'd take that back now, wouldn't you? You'd have Justin back.
Justin back, yeah. You should never have got rid of him, really. But
No, bad decision. Sticking in the NRL with coach news. So this guy was the coach of Argentinian Rugby Union.
Oh yes,
And
Lebanon Rugby League.
at the same time.
And
So
he played like within a week, and he went to both.
yeah, so it's
During the World Cup, that wasn't it?
Yeah, during the World Cup.
it's Michael Checker. That's it. Yeah, Michael Checker. So he is going to the Roosters as the assistant coach. Highly rated.
Very highly rated.
He used to coach Wallabies.
He coached the Wallabies. He's coached Argentinian Rugby Union. He's been involved with the Roosters before as an assistant coach.
He's one of them who like always seems to be invited to training to like speak or just be a consultant, and now he's actually got an official assistant coach job. Be interesting to see what he can do. Roosters obviously are out now, so they'll be planning for next year.
Yeah.
He's very, very highly thought of, and you look at his
CV.
His CV. He was head coach at Leinster, the Waratahs, Australia. He was an assistant at Argentina. Then he got the head job. He's been at Leicester Tigers, 2024, 2025.
I've been out of it, haven't I?
So he's been coaching since 1999. He played rugby union.
I think somebody with that sort of a CV is a bit above Roosters' assistant.
But none of it's ever been in rugby league apart from the Lebanon job.
Yeah, I suppose.
So,
And with that, like, what, you getting him into a camp 3 days before the World Cup and sit, like...
in 2015, he was the World Rugby Coach of the Year.
Wow.
He's the only coach to have won major club competitions in both hemispheres.
It's good that rugby league is now attracting these characters.
Yeah.
It's good that the World Rugby Coach, I know from a few years ago, but that now wants to come to rugby league. It's so big down under.
Sorry, I'm going to say
Big
he's, also,
names in the sport is a good thing,
Yeah.
isn't it?
he's coaching Lebanon next year as well in 2026.
Yeah, okay, so he's still good Lebanon coach. That's fine, yeah, that's fine.
I think that's a really good appointment.
And then the last bit of news, which does involve coach as well, Tommy just showed me this as I was reading out other news articles. Bradford have got a new coach in the form of former Salford coach Kurt Haggerty.
Can you call him a former coach?
Well,
He never actually coached the
assistant
game.
coach.
And I don't actually think his contract had started, had it?
He was assistant coach.
Yeah, he was assistant, wasn't he?
He was a Salford assistant. That's fair enough. Brian Noble going upstairs.
Yes. Sure.
We should have said Mike Eccles actually is going upstairs when Jason Dimitri takes the job.
Yeah, London.
He's done a good job, Mike Eccles, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And some people say that London would have folded without Mike Eccles, and so I think would quite like to head upstairs and be out of the limelight for a bit. So, I mean, well done for the job he's done, and good luck to him.
That'd be an easy job as a director of rugby, wouldn't it? Darren, just text some of your mates back in Brisbane.
Get the band back together.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose actually Lockyer would have like Queensland Cup connections. You could say like, who's up and coming? Who could we give a 2-year contract to get
Before they go back.
before they go back? Yeah, I suppose.
Brisbane.
Any good Brisbane juniors.
What young lads do you want to play first team rugby for a bit?
They probably missed the boat on Tyson Smoothie, but the next Tyson Smoothie will probably come to London.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, it's a good thing for the game if we get more superstars over here. Only going to attract eyes to our product, isn't it? So
Hopefully London. I mean, London obviously is a big market, and
a successful rugby league team in London's a good thing, isn't it? If we can grow the sport in the capital.
eyes on the game.
I know people say again they've tried it and it's failed. We can have that debate another time. So we can talk about it for another half an hour. But I'd like to see a successful team in the capital, 100%.
So would I.
But that wraps up the news, boys. Quite a long one to get through, but that is all the news from this week.
Yep.
Wrapped up.
Cheers, Luke.
Right. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back and talk about Super League. So, going around the grounds, 5 other games, 3 or 4 results that were majorly important in the league and to their positions. We'll start off on Thursday. Leeds vs Catalan. We said it the other week. Don't be surprised if one of these teams outside the 6 or outside of playoff contention turns someone over.
Spoiler.
Yeah, play spoiler, and Catalans have done that at Leeds on Thursday night.
Yeah, they owe at least a small portion of this victory to me. I decided not to watch this game because I didn't think Catalan could do anything, and went on a walk instead until you phoned me and told me Catalan would 10-0 up, and then I raced home to watch the rest of it. But you know what? Aside from, I know they got battered by us, but they've won 3 and 4 now. Don't look now, but Joel Tom Keane.
I'm not giving him credit for beating Castleford and Salford.
But what about Leeds?
Leeds, yeah, I'll have that conversation.
You
But
go.
3 and 4 when the 2
Winning at Headingley.
Do you think this is a case of Leeds having their eyes a little bit too far ahead?
Well, maybe they've got their eyes on the playoffs.
Obviously, still missing Jake Connor, which is a massive loss for them. But I just think maybe looking a little bit ahead, get you 2 points, and think, can we guarantee third?
Catalan were fantastic though. You
Oh,
can't
they
just
were
say
very,
all
very
Leeds. You can't just say all Leeds had their eyes off the ball. Catalan were brilliant.
Catalans were good, and they're clearly a quality.
And think about the actual 1% efforts. The Kiri, when he hits the post, the 1% effort to hit the fullback. The 1%er from Busquets, the prop forward, sprinting as fast as he can to reach the ball before it hits the dead ball line.
There's a couple of other things.
That's
I really
the stuff.
liked.
That's the sort of stuff we've not seen out of Catalan this year.
And you can't keep winning if you're Leeds. And they'd rather take the loss now than continue to win and take the loss in the playoffs. Do you know what I mean? You can't keep winning, can you? There has to be a point where there's a brick in the road and you kind of have a bit of a stumble. They'd rather the stumble now than actually have the stumble where they go, it was a game too far in the semi-final or whatever.
Like, yeah. A few teams have been in that position before. League were in that position last year.
We did it a few years ago.
It was against Leeds.
It was against Leeds, yeah.
You know what I liked? Do you see the dropout? I think they were about 10 points up.
Yeah.
I might wrong thinking. Goal line dropout. Everyone either thinks you're going to boot it longer, the short dropout for your winger. And he just drills it down the middle. Just goes and dives on it. Not seen that for a long time.
No, I like that.
Something different.
And also, Catalan winning and actually doing okay for the first time. 3 wins in 4, like I said. For the social media teams are back at it. The Catalan Dragons have put out a video showcasing all Catalan's best moments from the match, interleaved with videos of Brad Arthur hanging his head in shame after Lockie Miller missed that goal at the end. I thought he was going to miss that, As soon as he lined it up too fast, I was thinking, you remember Smith in the match against Leeds we just spoke about where he rushed it and missed and he got 8 points, then you can't catch it up.
She's just going to take that second. What does me though is when they don't rush to put it down, like, don't rush to get there, but then rush the thing. You're meant to sprint to it.
You can't rush to
take your breath and then
the
do
kicking
your
mechanism cannot be rushed.
No. Right, we're going to go on to the game on Friday, same time as us. Lee Saints, this was massive in deciding who was going to finish third, fourth or fifth. Obviously, we just looked at Leeds can still finish third.
Oh, can they?
Yeah. They would need Lee to lose at home to Huddersfield at the same time as they play us. Maybe they're not expecting Lee to lose that game.
No, wouldn't be.
Saints are locked in fifth. Wakey just need to win to guarantee a sixth.
Against Salford.
But they will know that pre-game because Hull play Catalans the day before on Thursday. So they'll know what they need to do.
So jeopardy could be all gone.
Hull
care when on Thursday and Hull lose. The jeopardy's all gone.
The only thing is, can Leeds beat us and
can Leeds
Leeds
get
lose?
ahead to
Maybe third to fourth.
Yeah.
Could change. But by Friday we'll know 1, 2, 5 and 6. And that's because of a Lee win against St Helens.
Yes.
28 points to 10. They were 12-0 up at half-time.
Comfortable. This is the most comfortable of all the wins against Saints the last 3 weeks. Leeds has been the most comfortable.
Obviously,
there'll
be some fatigue there as well.
Yeah.
After playing KR.
Yeah.
But 12 points to 0 at half-time. They did lose a Pape to a yellow card. He's picked a one game ban.
Yeah.
In the 10 minutes after half-time, they got it back to 12 points to 10. But as the game went on, Leeds seemed to win the fitness battle and ran away with it at the end to win 28 points to 10.
We talk again about Paul Wellens being unable to beat one of the top sides. That's 0 out of 20 now.
I think this is going to end up costing him.
Yeah.
Not getting
I've said it before. It's 18 months since he's won a big game.
I really do.
18 months.
I saw like the St Helens social media page posting like the graphic of the full-time result. And obviously doing this podcast, you kind of want to have a look at how the fans are feeling about when we do the around the ground section. You go into the comments and the thing I seen was saying, well...
That's your first mistake. Facebook comments.
No, I know, but I want to see the kind of... I don't
Wigan
speak
Facebook
to
comments is the worst
No,
place to
That's
go.
true, actually, the Wigan
Funny
Facebook.
for other teams.
But anyway, the fans seem very kind of like... The message I'm kind of seeing is that they're kind of saying Wellens... They don't necessarily, again, he's a club legend, they don't want to go down like Cunningham, they don't want him sacked. Not renewing his contract is nicer than sacking him.
Yeah.
Just saying, you know what, we feel like we just need someone else now to take the club in a new direction,
We did the same with
to
Lampard.
push on, to beat big teams and whatever. A lot of wanting Rowley in from Salford. They're saying that seems like I know we've had this conversation before, what coaches are available. He seems like maybe the only one really you could see.
I'm going to put a hot take out there. I think Wellens will be coached at the start of next season.
Thing.
It might not even be a hot take. I don't think they can go and get Rowley. I don't think that will inspire St Helens fans.
I bet they've already... do you reckon they've already signed it?
Yeah. Sorry, I started nodding.
You just nodded then, forgetting that it's an audio-based podcast.
I think he's signed. I've got no insight on that.
Well, then the games where they were winning and winning big was the time to announce it, because then even if you do have people concerned, you at least have got the leg to stand on that, yes, we've just won 6 games in a row. You've still got the hope.
But you also
that you're going to then go and beat Hull KR, beat Wigan, beat Lee. You've still got the hope. Now, you've got no hope because you've just lost to all those 3 teams. Now, you can't extend him.
Well, what I will say on that is, you sign him after them running games that they won against the team that they should beat. Everyone says, oh, this is exactly what we knew was going to happen. Because we said, if you're going to sack him, you have to sack him before them games.
Yeah.
Can't let him win them and then sack him. So, if they've said, yeah, we're going to re-sign him, do you think they may be hoping that they could win one of them 3, announce after that? And now we're sat thinking, maybe, let's just see. You're only 2 wins away from a grand final.
Yeah, you win your last 3 games.
Wow.
You're champions.
Like, and as much as I hate it, records like 20 losses don't just roll on and roll on and roll. You will beat someone at some point.
Yeah, eventually you do, yeah.
So, I don't know. If they were to sack him, Paul Rowley is the only option. By the sounds of it, he didn't want a head coaching job because he was linked with Leeds as the director.
Goodness me, he must be burned out after this year.
That's what I mean.
He
Massive
just
job at
needs
hand.
to go on holiday and have 6 months with his feet up. I know he loves the game, but please, Paul, just go on holiday, go and do the Thursday night games on Sky, talk about rugby league, be passionate about that. Paul Rowley and Sam Tompkins as pundits, yes please. Then you can come back in. Just for your own mental health after this year, I think take some time out of the hot seat and onto the... Because he is really good at punditry, let's be honest. He is really good at that.
Just thinking, who is St. Helens' version of Chris Radlinski?
Mike Rush.
Matt Rush. I couldn't think of his name.
He used to be a coach, didn't
It's got to... At some point, there's going to have to be question marks about him, manners.
Oh, Manners.
Because recruitment's not great.
No, it's not. I think, you'd think it's them in charge of recruitment, wouldn't you? CEO Mike Rush, Coach Wellens, and when you look at it, I'd like to think maybe if we talked in the news segment, we've got players moving on, Byrne and Hill, and this is part of the evolution to make sure our success can continue. They didn't really do that. When they went 4 in a row, it was the same squad with additions, but no one kind of moved on. And besides Robbie retiring.
Do you not think the problem with that is, though,
Kevin Nagano.
is that not only is it, and they were linked with him coming back,
Yeah.
let's be honest, those links there, but do you not think it's not just that they didn't keep going? Because we know how hard it is when you're winning to make change to a squad.
Yeah.
But they're still not doing it.
Yeah.
They're still not making that change. I know we talked about it last week. Do you think Wellens would have wanted Tristan Saylor? Do you think he was thinking, I need a fullback?
Well, I think he was thinking I need a 6, and maybe someone's convinced him Saylor can play 6, and maybe Saylor himself has said, yeah, I'll play 6.
I don't know.
He needed a 6, didn't he?
Yeah. Lee, really good.
Lee looking impressive with ball in hand again as always. Really nice attack. Obviously, Lachlan Lamb's got the most try assists, haven't he, this season in the Super League. He's all over everything.
Yeah,
for
a bit of whispers about Lachlan Lamb down under. People seem to sort of sit up and realise how good he is. The thinking is that maybe he'll go 2027 PNG team. That just seems like an open goal.
You should say, obviously, he's just become a dad, hasn't he?
Obviously, I don't know. I didn't know that.
Yeah, no. They said it on Sky the other day.
Oh, did they?
He's just become a dad.
Oh, well done to him. Congratulations.
I don't know if his partner is British. Would she want to go?
That's the Tommy Lillewhite way.
Do you want to move your kid?
That's one of the
Across
best
the
things
world.
Darryl Goulden ever did for Wigan. He was a great player. He's got a lot of tries. But introducing his sister to Tommy Lillewhite was one of the best things he ever did.
But you know what I mean? So there is that side of it. Obviously, we know how much family can affect decisions like that, and I can't imagine he's not on a fair few pennies over at Lee. But they were really good. What I think was a great sign was
potential for Man of Steel, maybe? Who's in the running for that?
he would be in my top 5.
Well, did he have a top 3?
The top three, sorry, is it the top three? Normally I try and watch the broadcast, but it's about 4 hours
I think
delayed.
it could be. Oh, but then Sky love Mikey Lewis, don't they?
No, Connor.
Jake Connor.
I actually think Connor this year has benefited from Lewis taking all the Sky limelight.
I think Jake Connor wins it.
He's
But
been the best player.
I don't think he's the best player in the league this year.
Has Lamb been the best player in the league this year?
If they finished third,
I think he might have been.
40 try assists.
Field, Lamb, Connor.
Jay Field's
Feels like a top three.
Jay Field's been brilliant.
Yeah.
That feels like a top three to me.
But I don't think anyone will took points off Connor.
That's the thing.
But I think
I don't think
Pape,
I don't think there are many people who will have taken him off. Oh yeah, Hanley will have taken him off.
Hanley will
Tessie
take
New.
you.
Field will have had a lot taken off him.
That's what I mean. Them two teams were he's been the guy that's head and shoulders above anyone at Leeds. I think Lamb and Field will miss out just based off the fact.
So it's going to end up being someone random like Herman, the penetrator SASA.
Penetration.
To get some penetration.
Uh,
We got some penetration off of Herman.
yes. Right. 2 games Saturday. Hull, Warrington. Warrington were winning 2-0. Fitzgibbon
Last long, did it?
Fitzgibbon got sin-binned and then
two in a meaningless game like this.
in the 8th minute, Fitzgibbon gets sin-binned on the 20th, and by the 30th they're 18-2 down.
Yeah.
Score again, then just points in the second half, 2 tries, 34 points to 2. Hull FC win. Good end of the season for them. I know the chances are they're probably going to finish 7th. If the game goes the way we think it will. For Wakefield.
Yeah.
I think it's been a good season. When you look at the injuries they've had.
It's been, honestly, we said at the start of this year, I remember distinctly saying on the pre-season special, they've signed better players than they had. So they're going to be better. They're
Yes.
going to be pushing for the 6. And I seem to remember a certain man who's in a very high-vis orange t-shirt right now telling me that there's no way Hull could challenge for the top 6. If we had an editor now, I'd say roll the clip.
They've done better than I thought.
But I'm editing and I can't be bothered finding the clip rolling it.
I looked at the signs and I didn't think. I thought there'd be a Warrington making a 6, a Catalana missing the 7, and they'd be probably 8.
But look how many points they're ahead of 8th.
Does that say how bad Warrington and Catalan have been?
Yeah, but also...
Bear in mind, Warrington got to a Challenge Cup final.
Well, they were 3 minutes away from winning it.
But how many points have they got since then? Sorry, I don't know. They've got 6 points since then, 3 wins. That shows how bad they've been. So Hull have definitely improved.
They've had a lot of injuries and they've finished, probably, we assume, 7th.
Take that.
Yeah, if you build on it, yeah. You'd love to take that, build on it.
Yeah, well, again, they're adding to the squad, aren't they? The building. Obviously, it's gone 3 signings announced this week.
It'll be better again. The squad will be better again.
So you think they'd have to keep adding to that.
Who are they losing?
Jack Ashworth.
Rapana.
Yeah. Big loss.
Someone else, I think. I think there's a second row leaving.
Jordan Lane.
Jordan Lane. But they're going to have Will Price fully fit this year.
Yeah, you'd hope
Full
he could have a
full
full
pre-season.
You could hope he could have a full season next year and see what he can do.
Yeah, definitely. Larkin is an exciting player. Will.
Yes.
Warrington, obviously, having a big clear out. We said talked about this last week. So many players going.
Some of
Obviously,
them ugly
Sandler.
scenes are like Burgess laughing on sideline when it's 30-2.
Yeah, it's...
Not fans are not happy with that.
No.
Really not happy with Burgess.
I don't see how he can turn it around.
Oh, you can turn it around, but you have to.
I can't see it.
Yeah, I think you can turn it around.
Nothing in anything I've seen has told me that he can turn it around.
I'm giving anybody the benefit of the doubt to turn it around. I think it's just the fact that he's got some players in there that you can't win with them. Can't win without them, clearly, today. In this game, sorry. You can't win with them. What's that for him? Like women. Can't live without him, can't live with him. Basically, Matt Duffy is, they can't win without him, but they can't win with him. Rumour has it he was named as 18th man and decided not to turn up. to the MKM Stadium.
Yeah, apparently
He was ill.
he was ill, which why would you put him as 18th man an hour and a half before kick-off if he's not travelled? The last time I checked, it takes a lot longer than an hour and a half to get from Warrington.
You're going to be finding some more money down the couch for another 250,000 for another one ball long of mates.
I'm not certain. It feels like there's been a lot of water under this bridge.
With the incident with Musgrove, Vaughan and Duff, do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, if Burgess gets rid of all three of them
Yeah.
within 12 months.
And there's a lot of people moving on.
Yeah.
And I think there'll be even more.
Yeah. But who have they brought in?
Liam Bird,
Liam Burton, Sipley, 2 props,
Tavita Pangai Jr.
3 props. Are you with me?
Yeah.
They've got enough props. That's enough props now. Thank you. And we need maybe some other players.
I think there'll be light on centres.
There'll be lights everywhere apart from prop.
Obviously, they get Matty Ashton back, which is
Yeah, well, yeah.
brilliant. George be fit.
George and Sneed with a proper pre-season together, maybe you think they could get a bit of a partnership going.
It's not like they're strangers to each other, are they, really? Around the England camps together.
Yeah, it's tough though when you come in mid-season.
The conversation is who's going to be that one.
The full-back? Yeah. Tristan Saylor.
If you listen to the rumours, it's Tommy Turbo. Doesn't want to play against anyone. He doesn't want to play for anyone against Manly. So
That's why he won't start for Wigan, because we'll probably get him in the World Cup Challenge. There's a possibility. If he stands for Warrington, you'll never have to worry about that.
right, next game we're going to move on to Wakefield. Hull KR,
The surprise.
28 points to 12. I'll start with the positive for Hull KR. Obviously, Gildart back. Burgess is in and around playing, back from his fitness.
Yeah, Gilly scored a try, didn't he? His first try for a long time.
Yeah.
Who is it? Do either of you two follow that Wakefield camera guy?
No.
Owen Reid. He's doing a lot of good content at the minute online. I noticed him, he was on that Rugby League Outsiders podcast, and I've seen a bit of his stuff since then, and he's doing some good content. Anyway, one of his things that he's doing is all about Tom Johnston's 100th try, because he's on 99.
Mm-hmm.
And every week he's doing all this about, I'm going to be here, I'm going to be ready for Tom's 100th try. And weeks keep passing by and he's not scoring. So he's the one who does all those videos like what you've got there, Luke, on Wakefield.
Mm.
But he also has his own content where he's like behind the scenes of how I got the shot and stuff like that, which I find quite interesting.
Yeah.
And he's doing all this of like, I'm going to start here in the match, and I'm going to go to here. I'm going to try and catch Tom's 100th try, because I think he'll be the first centurion for Wakefield in Super League. Is what he was saying.
Right.
But anyway, he's been stuck on 99 for ages, and so I kind of wanted him to get a try in this so I could see the video, but he's still not scored. But yeah, Wakefield were fantastic.
You can see it now, can't you? He's in open space.
Well, I mean,
running to camera.
yeah.
Battery dies.
Oh no.
Miss it.
Yeah.
Feel okay, are we worried?
Um,
Or is this like I just said about Leeds? You'd rather have your loss now rather than actually have it in there?
I can see both sides of this. You know, you're thinking, yes, they should be worried. You're probably thinking, Luke, no, they're not worried. I don't know.
Could they be running out of steam?
You never know, do you? Like, they could be, or they could just be, like you said, getting the loss out of the way and going to be retooling. That's a nice word that coaches like to use, isn't it? I feel like very AI generated. Retooling for the playoffs. Sometimes you need this.
Listen,
Sometimes you need it.
they'll be happy with the week off in 2 weeks' time.
And they've got 2 weeks off, basically, because they've got Warrington this week.
Nice game this week. Home semi-final. They might be running out of steam. They might just be tired a few weeks back to back. They might just had a bad day at the office.
Our Wakefield were red hot and playing for something, and Mason Lino did that one thing where he does a Darren Lockyer impression one game a year.
He's very hard.
The step he put on for that try.
Who did he go past?
Everyone. He went past absolutely everyone on the whole team. He definitely went past Jared with his lazy marker D. But what a try that was, by the way, from Lino.
Yeah. My point about OKR is it's very difficult to play against a team who've got everything to play for. When in reality, you're just sort of trying to play in second gear. And you get caught at the wrong time, the wrong place. It's tough. We went there and lost, didn't we?
Yep.
So we know what it's like. And Huddersfield play Salford.
See you next week.
Yeah. Huddersfield won.
This Nenny McDonald played in this game. What a bizarre series of events. He was just
is
named
so weird.
21.
And Sangare scored again.
I know he's now their leading scorer, but he was level with Nenny McDonald.
Right. I have got an issue for this game.
Is that however many Super League sides have let Justin Sangare score?
That is one. Second of all, there was a moment of this game where I don't know what started it between Chan and Flanagan. But then Chan went at Flanagan. He wasn't happy with something that was said and went at him. And Sangare had to get in between them. And Flanagan sort of jumped behind someone. And all the comments from Huddersfield fans, all 7 comments, were...
Oh, they all move on, did they?
That was just a sly, unnecessary dig, that mate.
was Flanagan's in your head. Flanagan's in your head, right? You beat Salford.
Where are you going with this?
Right. More importantly, this is what really wound me up. On the social medias, the song that Hull KR do for Lewis, to Zombie,
Yeah.
The Cranberries.
they've copied.
Can Hull KR please stop ruining good songs?
Yes,
by the way?
actually, Cranberries.
I love Erasure, a little respect, and I love Zombie by the Cranberries, and they've ruined both songs for me.
Right. But I'm just like mad surprised that they then took the same song that's only been going for about 6 months for Mikey Lewis and put it to Flanagan.
But his name doesn't fit because it needs to be 2 syllables.
I
Do we
don't.
say Georgie?
Georgie's in your head.
Oh.
Yeah.
Georgie.
Where's this going, by the way?
But
You're just upset with Huddersfield's fan.
You should beat Salford. What they do, right?
Okay,
you finish the season ahead of Castleford. Brilliant, right?
For the audio listener, which is all of them, just give 2 thumbs up for finishing at Castleford.
Like,
Double thumbs up.
like,
Let's be, instead of being mean about Huddersfield, like Tom clearly wants to be, let's be nice about Huddersfield and let's talk about Leroy Cudjoe.
what was it when you were 26-0 down to Leeds last week?
I'm talking about Leroy Cudjoe.
Oh,
Shut up.
yeah, Leroy.
Leroy, a legend of the game. He's played a million matches for Huddersfield. He broke our hearts a couple of times back in the day. He broke mine many times when he kept getting picked for England at centre. then he somehow just...
What happened to being nice to Leroy?
Sorry, Leroy. Then he was suddenly a loose forward.
Back row of 13.
It was suddenly a 13. And he got a nice moment here where he won his last match in Huddersfield and he kicked a goal at the end. I love it when that happens. You know, when a big boy kicks a goal.
Very nice.
Do you remember Brian Carney kicking a goal off the touchline at Huddersfield in his last game?
Didn't Big Papa do it for his
Big Papa
350?
did it for his when he became the leading all-time caps.
Right.
Caps.
Over, what was his name? Centre.
Malman.
Isn't it over Croker?
Malman.
It's not over Croker.
I can't remember.
Yeah. He's been a servant.
A good servant.
A good servant.
Leroy,
Yeah.
well done for your
They won a league leaders.
centre and wing and now loose forward somehow, sometimes prop career.
Would you say that he has like a streets won't forget centre wing partnership?
With Jermaine.
Him and Jermaine. There was some yardage though.
There was some good tries scored there as well. I think the one word I would use to describe Leroy is professional.
Yeah.
He's always been a consummate professional with everything he's ever done. I feel like he's given it his all, and he's probably been a good presence. And he wouldn't have been kept on otherwise.
Yeah. No, agreed.
He's dragged him through a few tough spells. Hasn't he?
Exactly. He's been there when they've been doing well, and he's dragged them through a few tough...
Through thick and thin.
Yeah, yeah. And you got to respect that.
It does scream Sam Tompkins' return next year.
Oh dear. You think
Leroy has another year.
You can't have this where he kicks that goal and have a big moment. Well, Tompkins had a documentary, didn't he?
Tompkins got his team to a grand final.
He got the bug though, didn't he? He still had the bug. Still got it now, but he just body won't let him.
Definitely. Right, I think that pretty much wraps it up. Obviously, going into the last round of games, we've talked about what's at stake. Wakey Hull could switch. Leeds could switch.
Both of those unlikely.
Very unlikely. Huddersfield Castleford could switch.
Yep. Then you could be mean about Huddersfield again.
Yeah.
Who've Cass got?
Oh, they're going to beat Saints. No.
Cass has got to beat Saints?
Yeah. For that to happen. So
Possible.
Strange things have happened.
Exactly.
yeah, true. Very true.
Cass beating Saints in there whenever that's happened.
Yeah. Right. I think that wraps it up.
Yep.
We'll take a break and hopefully see you next week prepping for the playoffs.
We'll hopefully see some of you on Friday.
Yeah, see y'all next week.
Goodbye.